Welcome to The Other Dimension with the team, Damon Penny, Ben Winfield, and Louisa Brown. We guide you through the supernatural, the occult, and the unexplained, answering questions that will make you question your grip of reality, with special guests guiding you through everything from demons to divination, cryptids to crystals, religion to skeptics. We explore in depth the true meaning of the unexplained. So strap in, kick back, and enjoy as we enter the other dimension.
Mate, I just had the craziest thought of all our listeners now just scrambling and running towards computers all over the world. Hey everybody, welcome along. It's your Friday Night Paranormal Fix. I'm your host, Damon Penny, aka the Paranormal Viking. It's another dimension, and I'm joined by my co-presenters in the building, paranormal power couple that like to throw phones around the room. It's Louise and Ben Winfield. Crowd go wild, and they've gone off. That's great. Hey, how we doing? Well, wait, they'll be back on in a second. Back to Natasha. I'm gonna sort of like sit like this so people know it's one side. Hold on, here they come. There they're back. Oh, I think maybe.
No idea what happened there.
Oh, that was brilliant. Shout out to Jacqueline, out to Natasha, out to... Oh my God, that was hilarious. What a great start to the show.
I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? Paranormal activity, the phone was thrown at me.
Yeah, it's the poltergeist. Right, so before we get into the show tonight, a couple of announcements. First of all, I said a massive shout out to the Scarlet Witch and Lou for their show that they done on Wednesday. I was at work, and you know what? I literally caned on my paperwork while listening to it. It was brilliant. It was so good. If you want to check that one out and you want to learn how to make protection jars, Wiccan styly, you get me? Head over to the page. It's on there, and you can catch up on it. Lou, please don't hang your head in shame.
Just with embarrassment of you.
Oh, thanks. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Also, first,
Just want to make sure. Oh, just to make sure, because I think he might have just stuck his foot in his mouth a little bit. They are not New Age Wiccans. They're old school.
Wiccan's Wiccan. It's Wiccan styly. You got to get down with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Get me, bro. Wiccan styly. Wiccan side. Oh God! No, it was a really, really good show, and I love the way how not only was it like practical in making the jars, and Lou, we found out that Lou's a complete tea leaf because she likes to mix jam jars from like tea rooms.
They are handheld jars though; they're perfect size.
We also found out that Lou is a hoarder of eggshell as well, which Ben's been telling us for a long time, but we had proof.
Yeah, you like my jar. Actually, I've not added to that for a while because like Ben told me off. So because otherwise it would be a lot. It was fuller, but I've been using it rather than topping it up.
I literally dread to think.
It's really I'll be sprinkling it in the garden anyway.
Right. So yeah, don't forget every other week the Wiccan, the Witch's Closet. Make sure you go and check it out. Brilliant show here on the Other Dimension Network. Also, this Thursday we've got Divination Live. Lou's going to be doing a divination show. She's going to keep it a secret because she's not telling you what she's doing yet because we like to keep it surprise. So, but it's going to be good. So make sure you check that out. Then we've got a special show courtesy of Mr. Winfield, who had this idea. Next Saturday, not tomorrow, Saturday after, I will be being interviewed live on the show by one of your very own Todd listeners. Kate will be interviewing me, getting intimate in what, like, okay, that was the wrong thing to say. Intimately interviewing me to pick my brains and find out what you guys want to know. So it's my turn first, then it's Lou's turn, and then it's Ben's turn. And he's actually going to have a go as well. So unlucky. One more big announcement. Please keep an eye on the page. I have just had it confirmed. In November this year, I will be running 14K assault course to raise money for the National Autistic Society. So I will be putting a link up to the charity there. I would love you guys to sponsor me if I can survive it. To be honest with you, when it come across, I only put in for the 7K, and they put me in the 14K, and I'm like, holy crap, that's scary. So the link will be coming up for that. Now, is that a clap? I like that. That's like, yeah, right. Moving on. Ben has revelations for us. We were talking before the show. He's got some important info to do with the UFO.
I feel like I now need to put on that sort of accent. I can't find a politically right word to say that accent.
What is it?
No, it was more.
Go on, go for it. Just go like, do your best impression of Ali Jizzle.
Oh, I can't do Ali G. I can do Bruno. That's about it. So today, on today's show, we will be talking about
Uncanny. That is literally uncanny. It's scarily fucking bad.
So yes, guys. Obviously, we did a show earlier. A couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Yeah, but earlier in the year. The year's not really started yet.
Yeah.
Earlier. Yeah. So we did a show a couple of weeks ago about the increase in UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
So this particular subject has been getting more and more interesting, shall we say? So a couple of days ago, and as always, I say this: you can easily go and find this quite easily.
You can easily find this quite easily.
People know. People are used to my brain.
You can easily go online and easily type in easily and find out easily what it actually easily is.
Yeah, pretty much. The Pentagon, of all people, so America's weird-shaped building, that did not have a plane crash into it.
That was a cruise missile, but anyway.
Yeah. Some stupid bloke said during the court hearing. We've all seen the footage.
I love how we just drop bombshells so casually on the show. You know, like, yeah, well, it was this. There you go. Anyway, moving on.
Go check it out, guys. If anyone wants to check this out, yes, 9/11 was a horrible, horrific day. However, when one of the generals is giving a talk in Congress and says the missile plane that crashed into the Pentagon in front of thousands of cameras, everyone kind of went, okay, what are you talking about? But anyway, I digress. This is a big word for me.
Like, oh, someone had their Weetabix.
Yeah.
I think on TV today.
Oh yes, we've been picking fault with.
No, we've not been picking fault. We've been watching the new episode of Help My House is Haunted, Celebrity Help My House is Haunted, with Marnie Simpson.
What channel is it? Is it on Netflix or Amazon or something?
Discovery
Plus,
and then it'll be on the Really channel in about 6 months' time.
Okay. Posh, very posh.
Gonna all laugh at how sunburnt I look.
Yeah, get a bit ready face.
I love it. It's not normal telly. Like, people don't watch normal telly anymore. Only posh people watch normal telly anymore.
What's there?
Yes.
No.
So
No.
The Pentagon has come out and some of their UFO experts, shall we say, have said that they are considering the idea, because you know what they like to word everything in a weird state of mind, considering the idea that there might be a large mothership UFO in the solar system at the moment that is increasing the sightings of UFOs, shall we say. They were very politically tactical with their words.
When I went to a cinema when I was younger and I watched Independence Day, I was like, this is going to happen. Will Smith is going to save the world, 100%. It is. He's going to do it. It is. Before we go, I just want to shout out, because if someone has popped up on the chat that we haven't seen for a very long time. So big shouts out to Lisa Hume. Big shout out to you doing, long time no see. Jessica, don't worry about being late, it's fine. Big shout out to Freda Dudley. Out to all the presenters here on TLD. Now let's dive into this big shout
See
out
this all.
out to Natasha, out to everybody. It's mad, brilliant. So the mothership, right? Now, is this like, are we talking like, because I've not heard this, you've heard this, you've got your ear to the floor, you're like well down with the kids. This mothership, is it huge then? Because like whenever we see them in movies, they're always like triple the size of the planet, aren't they?
They are, yes, but however, I'm going to take you back to a sighting. Well, you were saying an anomaly, and I cannot pronounce that word. So
Anomaly,
or-
No, you don't have to do podcasts for no one notice.
you wouldn't notice, but I can guarantee you in about 2 seconds, our Em would put up a comment correcting the way I say it because she always bursts into a fit of laughter whenever I say it. So, taking you back a couple of years ago. Now, can anyone remember a certain asteroid that was elongated that passed through the solar system?
How far are we going back? Because there was one like a month ago, weren't there?
No, this was a couple of years ago.
Oh no, I don't.
It had a very, very, very strange name, but it was large. And the strange thing was, none of us detected it until it was leaving the solar system. Now, when NASA went back and tracked it, this asteroid happened to slow down as it entered our solar system, which goes against fundamental science on everything, because nothing slows down as it goes closer to the sun. In fact, it speeds up.
Gains momentum, yeah.
So, a couple of years later, we're back to the same thing, and there are more anomalies in the solar system that we are unable to answer. One of these, adding to this as well, in that we are now starting to detect another planet out beyond Pluto.
The official dwarf planet? Or
No. Now this is where the science comes into it, because you guys all know what I'm like with science, and I'm not going to spend all night explaining all cosmological science.
Mm-hmm.
So the effect that our planetary system has, shall we say? So instead of, obviously, we know some of the planets on the inner side go in circles. So Earth, Mars, Venus, Mercury, all go in a rotation. Then Jupiter, Saturn, they all go in rotation.
Mm-hmm.
However, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune all have an optical. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
So they all have what's known as an optical rotation, which means that they get shot out and then come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on a scientific level, for this to happen, there has to be a gravitational body outside there to make this sort of rotation happen. Now, you said a dwarf planet straight away, didn't you?
Yeah.
NASA has detected and established through mathematics and scientific research and all this, the planet would have to be the same size as Jupiter.
Right, okay. Sort of makes sense. For it to have its own gravitational pull to knock a cool orbit, it would have to be of a decent size, yeah.
Yep. It would also have to be what's known as a solid planet, so it wouldn't be a gas giant.
No.
Now, throw into the mix of ancient cultures, be it Sumerian.
Yeah.
And they never counted planets inwards. We were never the third planet from the sun.
Right.
We were the seventh planet in.
Oh, okay.
And their creation story states that the Sumerian gods came to this planet for gold.
Right.
Which is their home planet. Well, the area they came from needed the gold for other things.
It makes you question what, though?
I've not finished yet, buddy.
Oh, right. Suspense. I'm in suspense.
Yeah. So jump forward to nowadays.
Yeah.
The device that you're watching this on has gold in it. Gold is a main ingredient to most high-level technology, same as quartz crystal.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Jumping back again. See, I'm going to drop so many links up for you guys. It's going to be unreal. Dropping back to history again, going far back. The crystal skulls. Now, I'm not talking about the Indiana Jones ones, but the small crystal skulls are about this big. Not as far as your hand or a small fist. 16 of these. Now, they're made out of quartz that no technology in this world is possible of making.
No, because they were magnetized, weren't they? They were the only crystal object to be magnetized.
Yep. Now, prophecy says 16 of these that they should never be brought into contact. 4 of these exist inside museums. The rest remain in private collections, or one, what was missing.
Have you got it in your shelf?
No, unfortunately. I'd love to.
And like, and it's right here.
Now, shooting forward to present day, well, a couple of months ago, as Damien said, an asteroid came past that had been around for 50,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
The final skull got found because it was said to be glowing.
Okay.
Now this Nibiru planet that the Sumerians call,
Right.
and that everyone's been looking for Planet X, according to Sumerian history, was on a rotation of 50,000 years.
Right.
And would be hailed by the returning of 2 brothers.
Right. I'm lost.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. This is a lot for you to go. Jump across to the favourite thing that we all like to mention, the Book of the Fallen, or the Tablet of the Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
The hailing of 2 comets will return, summoning that the planet will be brought back. And as Damon said last show, he also tracks through Nostradamus the same prophecy. All the prophecies are starting to come to fruition, and it is getting interesting.
No, it is. It is getting interesting. It is, and it's interesting in a very scary way.
Yeah,
because you don't want the last thing you want to sort of go like in your sleep or nice. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like deemed to hit by a giant rock.
Yeah, we've just lost a presenter.
Oh yeah. Well, while that's going on, let's go through some of these comments quickly. Lisa says, which makes sense because they deemed Pluto a moon, not a planet, and gave need to hold their gravitational placement.
Yep.
So true. Big shouts out to Scott Morton. Hello, paranormal friends. Says it's been a while since Court Show. We're going to change that. Kate says, do you think the Marvel Universe is preparing us? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what actually exists.
Not so much with the Marvel. I'd look more towards the shows that are coming out. You have to think UFO stuff and paranormal stuff is becoming very mainstream. History is starting to be rewritten with true facts.
Yeah. Saying that though, it's really cool with Doctor Strange actually.
Yeah.
Because of all these, that one's quite close to the occult, isn't it?
Yeah. You look at Egypt at the minute, they're on about opening one of the final chambers.
Yeah.
And the Egyptian government's been highly protective of this for centuries. It's only now they're allowing this final chamber to be looked at. So are they doing it because it's time, or are they doing it because something said that it is now the right time to do this?
Yeah, they had to get permission from like the guardians of the tombs, isn't it? I think I know they were called the Magi, but I'm not sure if that's actually fully true.
Yeah, the Magi still exist.
Mm.
They are a security company in Egypt that personally guard all the ancient burial places. Pretty much the same as the Swiss Guard that you have in Rome.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, that sort of makes sense.
It's not a conspiracy. They're generally there.
Oh, right. Thank God for that. Woo! On the subject of Egypt, Lisa says the whole gold thing. The pyramids were tipped with gold and with teleportation devices. You also need gold to create life on a DNA level. Go.
With the pyramids, the tips were, yes, did have gold on them. However, the tips of the pyramid were black.
Mm.
The material was like a sort of obsidian sort of mix, but the writing was gold.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it all makes sense because if you look at like sort of like some Scarlet Witch and Lou were talking about on Wednesday, if you look at obsidian is protection, isn't it? And it's sort of like, so you think they would put that on top of the pyramids to protect the burial grounds of the pharaohs that were in there, or whatever, or to protect something else that's in there, I suppose.
Yeah. Gold is a very good electrical conductor.
Yeah. Jessica says, same Damon, I'm very lost, mind blowing. Yep, we all know Ben can do it. He's very, very good at blowing minds. Lisa says, I'm not sold on the whole. The reason the Anunnaki came here was simply they needed gold, though.
No, it wasn't the whole main reason that we're here. There was other things, but that is the story of why. It goes into the story of why we were created. According to the Sumerian belief system, they came here to mine gold. There was a rebellion. The sort of people that were mining the gold got fed up with it, so humanity was created as a slave race to start mining the gold instead. There's more to it. I was just going for the simple draft because it was easier.
Yeah. There's always a complicated way of looking at things, I suppose. And the thing that sort of gets me is this whole mothership thing, because you think about an alien race, you think about highly intelligent, more intelligent than we are, able to travel light years when our bodies can't do it, so on and so forth. They would have some sort of cloaking device, though, or something else. So if we are detecting it, is it the fact that they've allowed us to detect that, or?
Yeah. It's one of these things. People always say, "Oh no, with everyone having telescopes towards the sky, we can see anything and everything coming."
Mm.
How the hell did we miss a comet that was what? It was half a mile across. We only saw it when it had passed the planet.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised if you look at Asteroid Watch, which is a program NASA run. If you look at it, we tend to spot most of the asteroids after they've been past the planet.
Yeah.
Or within 2 days of them being next to the planet. We're not as smart as we think.
No, I agree. I wholly agree with the whole. We really ain't as smart as we think, and I think that's humanity in itself, just being so sort of, how do you just make it, like cocky and self-centered. We always think we're extremely intelligent, we're extremely important, and we always base our merits on our own race. Like we always say, "Oh, this guy is this champion, or this guy has this IQ." Everything is based within the baseline of our own race. So if you're average, you're on the line. If you're above average, if you're super above average, but the baseline of you being average is based on the human race. We don't look at averages above our intelligence. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot coming to light now. A lot coming to light. So I thought I'd do this show for us.
Yeah. I mean, well, we spoke about, I think it was like near enough, it might have been about a year and a half ago today, we done a show on the age of Aquarius and talking about the age of Aquarius being the age of enlightenment, where humans wake up and actually realize we're not alone, and there are things that are beyond mathematics and science and things that are paranormal that actually exist. And it's sort of coming to light in itself because more people believe in the paranormal, more people believe in UFO. You get a lot more ufologists, you get a lot more paranormal, what they call themselves experts, but they're far from it. But anyway, it is the age of Aquarius, and a lot of the things that we spoke about on the show, like if you look at previous shows going back, a lot of it has come true. I just hope this one doesn't.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, as Stephen Hawking said, if you look at how the human race is, can we guarantee that an alien race would be the same as us? If you look at how we have treated, people say, like Native Americans or the Aztecs as Mayans, the stronger culture always enslaves the weaker culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unfortunately, this time around, we would be the weaker people.
Yeah.
So it's an interest. It's going to be an interesting year.
I think so.
Possibly the next 4 years of interest.
Well, Kate said before in one of the comments that she read somewhere that the 2046 and a comet's supposed to hit the Earth.
Yeah, on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that'd be so lovely. Happy Valentine's, boom.
But also you have in line, just I'm a bit doom and gloom in the minute, guys. I apologize on this one. 2040 is when 2 program systems are said to come to an end. And one of them was a data collecting system that has access to every single thing on the internet. And it has summarized that the end of civilization as we know it will be 2040. Yeah. And ironically, the Tablet had fallen and Notre Dame's predictions and a few other predictions all end on 2040.
Yeah. Oh, that's depressing.
I know.
Let's go to the comments. Do you not think that is people higher up in the chain are keeping it hush-hush till after it's passed so it doesn't send the public into the panic and turmoil, believing it to the end of the world?
Used to. I think now, unfortunately, with the amount of freedom of information that you have, I think they can't really keep it quiet.
Yeah.
America embarrassed themselves again with this Chinese, with the weather balloon incidents.
Yeah.
Where suddenly it was they shot down the UFO. They said they shot down the weather balloon, and then it was we had these other UFOs, and then they went, oh no, they were weather balloons too, and everyone literally just belittled them because of Roswell. Where look now, the American government has declared truthfully that Roswell was something that crashed, that it was all a lie. They quietly, openly admitted that something crashed that day.
Yeah, they've done the same thing with the Rendlesham disaster.
Yeah,
they're
all starting to go. We can't cover this up anymore, guys.
Yeah, they just. A little comment here. I thought I'd put it up. This is really cool, and I haven't actually thought of it in this sense, which makes complete sense. Lisa says it also depends on the race. It would stand to reason that if there were more intelligent life forms out there, they would be more reasonable and more logical, equating to a more peaceful race and not as animalistic as humans. Makes sense though. Thought processes go hand in hand with intellect. I agree. Like, okay, as much as this is all doom and gloom and the stronger race prevails and that sort of thing, I get that. But like Lisa said, more intelligence leads to more reasoning. You know. It takes an intelligent person to understand that reasoning over a fight is the better course of action. You know, the dictators that we've had in the world that have gone in and slain countries and slain civilizations, they've not been intelligent at all. They've just gone, oh, big club, swing, we win, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
you just have to look at history for that. Everything's always gone that way.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop back out and drop back in because our sound's gone a bit weird.
Okay, mate, no problem. Let's go to...
No, don't click end broadcast.
Yeah, please don't click end. Just quickly, let's go to the comments here. Kate says, but do you believe that 2040 is it? I don't know. There's been so many predictions to the end of the world.
There we go. Back to normal.
Yeah, Kate says, do you believe that 2040 is it? I'm just saying, there's been so many different predictions to the end of the world. You've had Mayan calendar.
Yeah. The thing with this prediction is it's not a prediction of end of the world. It's a prediction of end of civilization as we know it.
Yes.
So that could possibly be taken as a good thing. But humanity, let's face it, we're all, remember this, pessimistic?
Yes.
Is that the right word to use? We're all a bit we prefer doom and gloom than we do a positive outcome.
Yeah. Yeah, I think pessimistic's the word, yeah.
Yeah. We as a species tend to look towards a more pessimistic view of everything. We don't really go, this might be a nice thing.
No, we always go, I'm dreading this. And then when it's all right, it's good night, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? So and so's going to be, no, it's going to be absolutely crap. And then you go there and have a good night. Oh, that was all right. Yeah. Lisa also said it could even mean that there are some that may be more peaceful and some that aren't so much, but have their own agenda. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like Ben was saying, it's end of civilization as we know it. Now, if you look at the way in which humans have progressed over the last 40 years, we could turn around and say there was a point in between 40 years ago and today, the end of civilization as we know it, because we've gone into this modern day. You know, everything nowadays is so geared towards us being lazy as humans. You know, you can get fridges now that can order your food for you based on the weight of a shelf. You know, you haven't even got to put music on anymore. You haven't got to go and get a vinyl or a CD. You just go, Alexa, play blah, blah, blah. And it will just stick it on. Even though
I would so laugh now if your Alexa turned on and just started playing blah, blah, blah.
If I ask my Alexa to play something, it always goes, I'll say, Alexa, play Tiesto. And it'll go, playing Baby Shark. And it's like, oh my God. It's like, wow. Oh God. Lisa saying the human race's issue is that they have a habit of hiding their past and history instead of learning from it. They repeat it. Now we've spoke about that before so many times.
History's written by the victor.
Yes, it always is. There's so many comments we're going to get through. Right. Annette says, I have read we are like a prison planet and not allowed off because we are too savage and bad. I've heard of this.
Yeah.
There's conspiracies about it, isn't there? People talk. There's people that talk. They call the locker theory, because everyone's seen Men in Black. When it goes to the end of the film, he opens a locker, and it turns out there's a whole world inside this locker. That's told by the world behind it. There are theorists out there that talk about this. It's the locker theory, the fact that we are a world inside another world that's inside another world, sort of thing.
Yeah. The problem with the prison planet theory is that started through Scientology.
Yeah.
Now, these are my personal beliefs. They do not reflect the show in any way, shape, or form, or anyone that comments hereafter.
That was
anything that is involved is going to be aimed purely at me because I know what they're like. Scientologists are completely and utterly bat crazy. End of the line. Their belief system is completely and utter blend of mix of remnants of a cow shed after winter.
Right.
I'm quite happy to tell you how their religion works and how stupid their idea of religion is.
They lost me with that religion when I found out when I was watching the what was his name? Louis Theroux went and tried to speak to the Scientologists, and they'd done some background research, and they were talking about Tom Cruise, and he had this contract, part of Scientology contract with Penelope Cruz, and the stuff in there was absolutely nuts. Like, she weren't allowed to scream during childbirth.
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to be seen in public with another man for 2 years. And it's like, and these are all based around the whole Scientologist beliefs. And you just look at that and you think, wow, that is like hardcore control.
The best way, and this is going to sound absolutely, well, it sounds a bit crazy, but honestly, the best way to understand how Scientology works is go watch South Park episode where they tell you everything.
I'm not surprised.
Honestly, they rip the living hell out of them and they tell you all their beliefs. And I can guarantee you now through studying, they got the beliefs down to 100%. They genuinely believe that aliens came here on Boeing 737 style spaceships. But as again, I want to state on this show that these are my own personal beliefs from my own personal research. Anyone that is a Scientology, you have a problem, personally email me and I'm willing to discuss where your faults are.
I'm gonna build like a little picture that goes over the screen that says all that what you normally say, so you can just click it and then click it and go on to my rant.
Warning: the following information is reflected only by Ben's personal beliefs.
Oh, brilliant. Fraser says, I think at this point, if aliens come to Earth, I'm ready to take my chances with Pluto. Yeah. It's cold, I'm thinking. Lisa saying, not 100% no, half right and half incorrect. Even the term prison has a different meaning for us here than what is meant by the term.
Yep.
I don't, well, that stumped me. Prison, in the sense of the word, from our point of view, is a holding place, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you look at it from a zoo point of view,
Yeah.
now an animal in an enclosure to us isn't in a prison; it's in an enclosure for you to watch and study.
Yeah.
But for the animal in there, that enclosure would be considered a prison.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, yeah. I get where you're coming from now. I actually understand. We consider it as a prison, but it might just be a holding cell for people to study us.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm on the same page. I got there in the end. It's the glasses; they help. Annette, Lisa's saying to Annette, look, it's not because the race is bad; it's because of how it was created and universal politics, as far as I understand it. Anyway, Lisa's always got a way of like putting things in, like she's like you, she's like Mystic Meg. She'll say something and you'll go, right, I need to go and Google that. You know what I mean?
See, this is why I have Lou. That's it. Because she can translate anything I say into normal language.
I'm not a grasser, but every time you do your "this is Ben's opinion" and that, she just sort of looks away from the camera. Like, oh, Kate saying, to be honest, I would think they would cherry pick the most useful humans, if you get what I mean. I might train to be a doctor. Kate, if they're gonna take anybody, they're gonna take you because you have this ability to ask questions that no one else on earth can ask. You don't need to train to be anything. You've got that down to a T.
Yeah, I think they'd take quite a lot of the people in the comments. And most of you would be gone for the questions you ask.
Me and you would
Kate would be the first one gone.
Me and you would just be straitjacket and thrown in a corner somewhere. That's it.
Even Lou would be taking it. It'd just be me and Damon just there.
Bill saying Scientology is completely loony. Welcome, Bill, and he shares Ben's opinion on Scientology, which is I need to look into more of Scientology. It's like something that's always popped up. It's always been there in the background. Because when you study conspiracies and the paranormal and ancient religions and all that sort of thing, it's always hanging around there, but you don't sort of pay too much attention to it because it's so new.
Look at Project Snow White.
Project Snow, I've heard of that. I have heard of that. See, this is
Project
the thing.
Snow White, where they got absolutely demolished for it.
Lisa agrees. She says, I have to agree there, but Scientology really does equate to the human condition as a while. At the moment, a lot of mingled, filtered info that's so overtangled and overcomplicated. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
Jessica's saying, for saying we have made weapon able to kill us all off, let alone the amount of toxicity we pump into the Mother Earth. I don't blame others for not letting us leave. If that what makes sense, we are not deserving of anything, but this is my own opinion. It goes on a lot of if you read a lot of studies on the human race itself, we're always sort of compared to bacteria and germs. We sort of like impregnate and just double and double and double and use up resources, and when that's done, we move on to the next one. Virus, isn't it? Yeah.
We are considered a cancer.
Yeah. Natasha's saying South Park is brilliant.
That's awesome. Sorry.
We've got a Bill story. Hold on. Right, here we go. I've got this one. My ex and myself went to check them out, and within an hour they had me escorted off the property after I kicked the door in that they had locked with my ex in there, trying to brainwash her. Why?
Go on, Bill.
Go on, Bill.
Play in the black. Play in the black.
Oh, we were saying all hail the flying spaghetti monster. Oh yes.
Yes.
Ah. the human race is cancelled on the planet yet. We are a parasitic race. Yeah, we are, and I agree. And not only are we a parasitic race, we're a race of followers. Because you look at everything to do with the human race, it's always chained. There's always someone at the top. But even when you think you've got to the top of the pyramid, there's always people above that.
Yeah.
You know?
We are a race of lemmings.
Yeah.
Everyone will head to the cliff because no one will question it. There's very few people that will turn around and go, "Why the hell are we going this way?"
Yeah.
And they all end up on the show. So be proud.
Right, I've never heard of this, Ben. You might be able to help me out with this one. The Palladius planets are also defined as prison planets too. They are more like universal institutions or rehabilitation centre, if you like. They are different to Earth, though.
I've not heard that in a very, very long time. Yeah, the Palladian planets. Some are, if my memory's kicking in properly, places like Titan. Yeah, a lot of the moons of Saturn were said to possibly be Palladius planets.
When we talk about Palladius planets, is it based around the fact of, like, you know, there's a famous philosopher who spoke about rehabilitation for mental illnesses. He was talking about solitude and what was his name? Roman. He was a Lithuanian psychologist, and his second name was Palladius. Right, I think
they star system. Palladius star system.
Oh, okay.
The seven systems. Yeah. I need to drag my memory back on the Seven Sisters. I know the Seven Sisters.
Oh yeah, that's the sort of top of the Mail in London. Seven Sisters.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
for us.
There's a really famous psychologist. He was a Lithuanian psychologist. His name was Roman Kochevich Palladius, right? And he spoke about rehabilitation for mental illness, and the human mind is all about solace and pulling yourself away from the happenings and finding yourself again. And I don't know if that was sort of based around the whole Palladius star structure theory.
No, the Palladium. Lucy's pulled it up for me. I'll do a whole show on the Palladium system. Lisa, we'll get everyone in on that. It's been a while since I've looked at it properly. But nice to have you back, by the way. Well,
dropping bombs like
yeah, we'll get back. We'll get on that whole thing. The thing you were talking about, Damien, if I remember correctly, because I was like trying to multitask multiple things. Is the depriving? It's mental not depravity. Mental. I can't think of the word where they deprive you of it. It used to be a technique done by the assassins in the Middle East. This is where Assassin's Creed, we first have Assassin's Creed games based on them. Where they would. It begins with H, and it's a one hell of a long word. They would place you in a room for 48 hours of pure ecstasy. So beautiful surroundings, all the pleasure you could have of the mind and the body and everything like that. And then they would place you for 48 hours in complete and utter hell on earth.
Yeah.
And this was to basically override your entire mental stability to the point where nothing to you is. Everything is in question, but to a point where nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
This was designed to make the perfect human, where they would just take orders and nothing would ever make them think.
Yeah, I mean, when I was studying for my degree in psychology and like specialising in criminal psychology back when I was like a wee lad, let's say, we was talking about depravity and how mental illness can be removed by removing the pollution around you.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name, but there's a famous psychologist who actually suffered from schizophrenia. And he wrote a load of paranormal books. I cannot remember.
Yeah, we
remember.
mentioned it on the show a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he spoke about the fact of humanity itself is a race in which we decide to punish ourselves all the time with our surroundings. We always head towards the most toxic people. We always head towards the most toxic things to do in life. I mean, take smoking in general. Now, when it come out, you could get prescribed fags,
Yeah.
you know, by the doctor. And nowadays, it's like it's super toxic, super toxic. People are so like, we as humans, we thrive in a toxic environment. We always do. Whether that I said we're having toxic people or toxic things, we're very materialistic. And I think a lot, if we look as we bring it back around to what we talked to on the show, if we look at sort of the older civilizations and religions, all right, you had the people that were materialistic, but they used to hold people that were spiritual in higher sort of esteem than the people that are materialistic. And maybe when we talk about the end of the world being not the end of civilization, maybe we might revert back to that, where the spiritualistic people become more important than the people that are materialistic. So money all that sort of degrades.
Well, that's what the whole aspect of this is going for. It said that people will return to the old ways.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, in the past couple of years, we've seen the rise in like New Age Wiccan. I know we all slate New Age Wiccans, but let's face it, they're bringing back some of the old ways. They're just a bit confused. And then you've got the rise again of the Norse belief system in Europe.
Yes.
Christianity's fading.
Yes.
Most of the Abrahamic religions are fading out now. A lot of the old ones are coming back. Right, I know of groups in Greece that have returned to the old pantheon of beliefs.
Pantheon of Thebes, is that like? Oh, I remember reading about that because I got slightly obsessed with ancient Greece at one point, and I remember I was just to the top of my head though. Do you know, like when I think our brains are like computers, we only got so much storage space, and when you actually start putting more stuff in, it sort of like deletes the older stuff. Bill's the same. Damon, for USA followers, you might want to use the word SIGs, not fags. Sorry, my bad.
Fag means something else out in the US. Sorry, cigarettes.
It's like we call them bum bags, they call them fanny packs. My bad. Lee's saying humans are wired that way because of the density of the energy of this planet. Also, the corruption let loose here. Look at the Pandora myth on that one. Are we talking about Pandora's box?
Yeah, she's talking about Pandora's box. The box. Short version. The box was opened, all hell and negative and basically everything bad leapt out of the box, and she closed it just in time to keep in hope. That is the ridiculously. I'm pretty sure Lisa will agree with me on this. That's the ridiculously small version of it all.
Yeah. Do you know what? Right, when you say that, I don't know if anyone's watched it. I think it's on Netflix. It's The Sandman. Right? It's basically endless.
That was.
Lou watched all of it.
Do you remember the part where he battles Lucifer?
Yeah.
Right. What is the thing at the end? He talks about hope, doesn't he? And hope.
Where are you going?
Hope wins and defeats everything. Because they're having that battle where I am a tiger.
Oh, yeah, they use the words, don't they? That was it.
Yeah.
They have statements. And one crushes like the other through their words, and what defeats the other.
Oh,
you were watching
I know. Yes.
Ben, did you realise how close when he went into hell? How the demons that were named, how very, 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 very close to real that really was.
I didn't see that bit. I only saw that final bit. I saw the Immortal episode. Grants that bloke immortality, and then I saw the what's known as the energy match, which I've seen people do before. Within my circles, I've seen people do it before.
Lots of vibro movement now, honey.
When he goes to the gates of hell to return his helm, he is greeted by the guardian of the gate of hell, who is known as Coruscant, which is extremely, extremely close to what is actually written in all the old books. Very, very close. You know what I mean? So love that Sandman. If you guys get some time, you want to binge watch it, watch the Sandman.
Yeah.
I can't remember. So you got Dream, Destiny, Desire, Death, and there's another one. Can't remember what the other one is. That stumped me now. No, I'm not going to go. No, it's going to bug me. Let's go to some viewers' comments. People will always return to the old ways. It's what is said to happen. It's going to happen. Then yeah, really old ways. I've got the whole resetting of the human race and souls that are salvageable, will be put back into the earth to try and restart and save the species. The ones that can't won't be rehabilitated on the prison planets. They'll be reset, the equivalent of a soul rebirth, sort of like being re-entered back into the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like reincarnation as well. Keep learning.
Yeah, that's true. This is true because I've read the prophecy. The fall of the Catholic Church was predicted by Nostradamus for this year. Yes.
Who was the final pope?
I don't know. Is it something like John Paul the 169th or something like that? I don't know.
The final pope was the one we have now. Because he's not of the church.
Yeah, because Nostradamus says I can't remember exactly the way the words go, but it's something like the gates will open and the cross will fall, and something about the final leader of whatever will not be of their domain or something. I don't know. I've got his book up there, and the way he writes is like nuts.
Oh,
so that was just so Essex. The final leader of whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Don't even go there.
Love it.
For those of you who are curious, by the way, if anyone saw a website I put up for books for auction, the original Nostradamus, or one of the copies of the original Nostradamus books, is up for sale at the minute. It's $1,500.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm surprised Ben ain't put that on his Christmas list, though.
She got a different book.
Oh yeah, Ben bought me a book then.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Oh, romantic.
She's now part of the rare book collectors.
The rare book collectors.
She has one of the few remaining decent copies of The Law of Unicorns. 1936.
Yeah, 1930.
1930.
I've got a 1952 copy of Grimoire of Baphomet, but it's a rewritten one, so I don't think it's rare.
Oh no, this is an original.
Oh yeah, no, mine's a rewritten. I really, really, really want a King Charles Bible, but I'm not paying the prices that you've shown me. Nah, that's a mortgage just to get a book.
Ironically, one of them actually passed through sale the other week.
Did they?
Yeah, 25 grand.
Bill's just put it's death, delirium, desire, despair, destiny, destruction, and dream. They are the endless. Yes. See, in the actual thing, there's only 5 of them, isn't there? Because they're brothers and sisters. And do you know what? I don't know if you, Lou, when you watched it, when he meets death, it's not what I expected at all.
No
way. And I think that was a really good twist in the whole Sandman thing. It was awesome. It was really. And
I was saying, like, if you watch Supernatural, then that's more how you imagine death.
Yeah, 100%. Not in that one. I like the way they played the Corinthian though with the no eyes. I thought that was really, really good because I've read all the Sandman books. I'm pretty much obsessed with them. I've read them and I had them on audio book. It was read by Stephen Fry, which is really, really good as well. But how they portrayed Corinthian, the Nightmare, was awesome. Because he like spanned a whole load of serial killers, didn't he? It was really good. Honestly, guys, if you want to watch something that's going to get you gripped from beginning to end, watch The Sandman. It's really, really good. There we go. Lisa says the church as an entirety is rotten to the core. The government are the new controlling religion in play. Yeah, but this is the thing. Me and Ben and Lou always spoke about things going in circles. You know, the circle is the main symbol for the whole of the universe. Now we've gone from religion controlling everything to politics controlling everything, but are we going to revert back to religion controlling everything again? Could that be the end of civilization as we know it? Because we're going to go revert back to religion being, because don't forget the Pope used to have say over all the kings of the land, all the Christian lands, the Pope had to say in everything. They used to have to write to the Pope and ask for permission to do certain things. So are we going to revert back? Who knows?
It's starting to look that way. Rome will fall again.
Yeah.
If you look at the Catholic Church, it literally is just the Roman Empire.
Yes, 100%. I agree. And on that bombshell, we're getting towards the end of the show. And may I add, one of probably the deepest conversations we've ever had.
Sorry, I know everyone keeps seeing us look down, but the pup has literally fallen asleep in Lou's hand.
He's trying to put his head on my hand and he's just gone to sleep.
I don't know if we can get the camera down here or not.
I mean,
oh, he's looking.
Oh,
he's got a squishy face. Squishy face. Anyway.
Yeah, we have come towards the end of the show, and
yeah,
I tell you,
another brilliant one.
That was really, really good show. I mean, I'm looking forward to the one we do about the moon landings. We are going to be doing that soon. Yeah. I have heavily in researching that so that I can try and upstage Ben, but I don't think I'll be able to. I never can.
It's not about upstaging, buddy.
No. But like you always, I'll say something. You go, yeah. I know. I'll say, yeah. I want to get something that's going to make you go, oh right, okay. It don't work, but it's worth a try. Right, guys, don't forget Sunday show. We have the Occult Science show. What are we doing this week, guys?
Not too sure yet.
Oh,
not too sure.
Surprises. I like it. We have a show this Thursday. I think it starts 7:30, doesn't it, Lou? Divination?
8.
8. I knew it was 8.
I know what I am going to cover. I've just remembered what I was going to cover.
What are you going to cover?
A university in America is actually trying to open a portal to another dimension via, not a collider, but energy transfer.
You just, the one thing I bring to the show, is like reverting back to the words the other dimension, and you've just stole it from me.
Sorry, buddy.
No, that sounds cool. That'll be I think it's 7:30 on Sunday.
Yep.
Divination is at 8:00 on Thursday. I think Lou will be posting up what she'll be covering this week. It'll have a really long name and none of us will understand it.
No, but this one's a little bit easier.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. There you go.
Yeah.
Bill, it's not MIT funds.
Yeah, they always seem to be at the bottom of everything. So divination on Thursday, then we've got the show next Friday. We're not sure what we're covering, and then next Saturday, not this Saturday, I will be being interviewed by your very own listener Kate here on the show. She'll be deep diving into belief systems and backgrounds and all that sort of thing. It's my turn first. I am the sacrificial goat. And I'm sure Lou and Ben will be next after that. So it's going to be cool. This is Ben's idea, by the way, everybody. So if it goes really, really badly, then just blame him.
Damon's having the spotlight shoved in his face.
Yeah, I know.
Full body interrogation.
Yeah. As long as you don't go like, quick fire round. What's your favourite dinosaur? I'm like, it's Stegosaurus. So we've got a lot coming up, and I do believe, I might be wrong, but I do believe that after the show on next Saturday, Lou and Jeanette will be going out on investigation. Am I right?
Yeah, we try and get out every Saturday if we can, but I think we're gonna have to call off tomorrow because it's gonna be so cold.
Yeah.
And there's no need to freeze, just for there'll be plenty of other evenings.
Yeah.
So we try and get out every Saturday anyway, when we can.
There you go, guys. So there's so much going on here. Don't forget, we've got the new show. If you do want to be part of the other dimension, if you do want a show here, all you have to do is contact us. Freda did, and now she's got her own show. You guys, we do all the graphics for you, all the videos for you. We do everything for you. All you have to do is turn up and have a chat with the guys. That's all you got to do. It's as easy as that. I mean, if Kate can do it, you guys can do it. You have to do like a new series, like Kate interviews. ... And just get like random people, like Bill. Can you imagine Kate interviewing Bill? That'd be fantastic.
Well, you know.
Go for it, Bill. But we do, Bill, just to heads up, we only do hour slots, yeah?
Yeah, Bill.
12-hour slots are gone. Sorry, mate. Love him to bits. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, man. Right, so we've come to the end of the show. So, yeah, we've covered everything. Is there anything you guys want to add in?
No, all good.
Wicked. Right, so, guys, remember, have a good weekend. And if there's no other explanation, there is always the other dimension. We are out of here. See you later. It's bye from me. It's bye from Ben and Lou.
Bye.
See you later.